Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome in to the Langley Event Center Fieldhouse, the site of Arena Lacrosse League action here on a rare midweek night game. 7 o'clock prime time here at the Fieldhouse as it's the battle of the win streaks. It's going to be the league-leading Seaspray taking on the Shooting Eagles. Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of our fantastic broadcast crew of TFSE TV here at the Langley Event Center. Patrick and Mariah on the cameras, Fred Randard on the PA, and Carson in the back running the stream. Seaspray 6-3 after their big victory over the then second place Grizzlies on Sunday, a rematch of the inaugural championships here for the Fieldhouse last March in 2022. And the Shooting Eagles improving to 5-4 after an absolute gunfight at the OK Corral. A 23-13 final score in the second game this past Sunday as the Shooting Eagles were able to take down the Blackfish in that one. Shooting Eagles, as a result of that game, now move into the tops of the league for goals for, sitting at 131 coming into this game. Currently on a 2-game win streak. Coming down the other way, Brody Harris. Big start in this game as Ellis in transition tried to slot that one home. Starting goaltenders tonight, Lee Jackman in the crease for the Seaspray, starting his second game in a row. And then Brody Harris. He's had a couple of games as of late where he's come in late in the action and been able to steal the win. But then after the big game on Sunday, he's back at the crease today for the full start. And we'll see if he gets through the entire game here. A couple of high-powered offenses set to do battle. And a delayed penalty coming up early on in this one. Loaned down as Harris thought about heading towards the bench. But the Seaspray are going to go down a man early here. Evan Pattison heading over to the box, the recipient of the first penalty of this game. 2 minutes for slashing going to be the call. Referees in this one, Zach Jones, Tim Carlton, and Cam Como. And as well, we'd like to begin our broadcast by acknowledging we're playing this beautiful Creators game on the unceded traditional territory of the Coast Salish peoples. And in particular, we'd like to mention our relationship with the Kikite, Katsi, Tsleil-Waututh, Kwantlen, Matsqui, and Semiahmoo First Nations. Our closest neighbors, and always an honor and privilege to live, work, learn, and play in this territory. Power play time here for the Shooting Eagles. They'll work it around the outside, back up to the point. Waiting, Winters, the backhand pass, on goal and taken back into the middle. Big check out front as they try and hunt down the loose ball. Lee Jackman gonna pounce all over it and send that one up in transition for Aiden Ellis. We'll talk about the scratches on both sides in a brief moment as the midweek games usually gonna wreak havoc on the rosters, and they've done just that tonight. Near side as Vinny Ritchie pinned off against the wall. Kotenoff and Fitzgerald sending him back towards the middle. Again, critical penalty kill time here for the Seaspray as he'll roll that one down into Shooting Eagle territory. The boys in yellow and green will head down the other way. Bit of a unsure pass there as that one bobbled around to the stick for a bit, but Winter will take it back into offensive territory. He's got 20 seconds to work with as Phillips sends him to the outside. Winter, bit of room right up the middle, but he'll send it wide. Cutting into the middle, unable to get the pass there as Yingling was cutting through. Back over, Winters fakes, behind the back pass. McIntosh coming for the shooting spot. That one might have actually gone off a piece of the equipment. It does, as Jackman swallowed it up and he'll spit it out to his teammate. Looking for the pass back into this one. Actually a turnover here. Nice quick stick move behind the back shot, and Lee Jackman will cover that one up. The long hair a flying as he's had to make a couple of quick moves here early on. Lee Jackman definitely my vote for the best hair in the Arena Lacrosse League so far this season. Pachieski picking up the loose ball, and he's going to head down the other way. Guarding him in transition, Nathan McKeegan making an appearance in this one. Gordy Phillips chasing the man down. Yingling had quite the game back on Sunday in that 23-goal affair. I believe he had 4 goals in that one. Across the top of the zone, in and out of the stick of Fitzpatrick. Stick checks up high. They look to send him out. Keegan Bell picking some penalty kill time here. Loose ball picked up. Fitzpatrick, good defensive check there as he was unable to get it away. Back 5 aside, Pattison out ahead of his reach as this one will bounce off of the stands. Good amount of fans on hand already at the Fieldhouse as they roll in and get ready. Only one game going on this evening, just the one 7 o'clock game tonight. And then we'll be back in action again tomorrow night as the Grizzlies will do battle with the Blackfish. Up high in the zone, screen play, shot on goal, turned aside by Jackman. Connor Stroop will get this one in transition as he'll bring it down the near side wing and just the one hopper flip back towards the center line. Stalking in with this one is Tyler Kirkby. Seaspray without a lot of the usual offensive weapons. They're going to have to get creative tonight. Kirkby coming off the screen. Pass it across, and Vinny Ritchie looking to get inside with this one. Low roller. One hopper as Harris shuts it down, and he'll hit Nielsen out in transition. Tyson Nielsen into the middle. Passes it off for Adamson. He'll get set up alongside Fitzpatrick and company. Justin Digby making an appearance, and Garrett Winter, one of the early season leaders in points, has since cooled off a little bit, but he'll be out here to help out this offensive unit in behind the goal. Stutter steps, tries the tuck from in behind, and Jackman able to meet him there at the far side post. Out to Eli Batt in the middle, looking for some help. As a man at the far side gate. McKeegan was there, calling it out though. High pass, back up to Ryan Hurd. You can expect him to set some brick wall screens in the middle, and that's exactly where he goes. Cutting into the middle, Keegan Bell, that pops out of his stick. Coming into this game, Bell, league leader in goals. Waits, Kirkby takes, tried the elevator shot, got Harris to bite on the initial one. Pacieski bobbles with that one, so he's unable to get away in transition. We've seen Cole Pacieski be able to terrorize opposing defenses with his ability to get the legs out in open floor. Righty shooter spotting back up towards the point, cut into the middle, originally taken away, dig move, score! Declan Fitzpatrick right down the middle and opens the scoring for the Shooting Eagles. Lee Jackman resetting and shaking that one off. As Fitzpatrick and company able to get that one away right down Main Street. Nice passing play in front to open things up. Yingling, McIntosh and company celebrating that one. This one all starts out on the wing with Yingling, who's going to end up looking inside. They've had a couple of good moves in there, and they finally find the big man in the spot they wanted. Fitzpatrick, a good swim move across the member. The opposing team and able to get that one into the goal. Near side wing for Vinny Ritchie. Pardon me, I should say for Isaac Richmond. Richmond throws this one into the left side. McIntosh getting around the first man, getting around the second man, takes the shot, and that one saved by Jackman. Digby gets a loose ball in behind the goal, back up to Adamson, lets it go and misses wide right. That one had some heat on it. Misses the far post as the ball sent back into play. As Ellis receives this one off the near side wall, and he'll get it up in transition to Ben Spare. Spare down the near wing. Calling things out was Kotenoff in the middle. Kyle Slade out there as well, mixing it up on defense. Wade jumps the screen and heads back out on Kirkby. Kirkby sent back towards the benches, and he'll get it across to Ritchie. There's Nielsen on the far side. Stutter step, shoots low off of the defender and bounces wide. This one's going to go off the glass, and Kyle Slade picks it up. Slick move in transition. Slade waiting for the cavalry to show up. Brings it back to his offhand, and he'll leave it for Garrett Winter and head off on the change. Winter looking into the middle as Fitzpatrick going to set up. Straight shot on goal for Winter. Jackman just holds on to it. Into the stick and looking the length of the floor. Here's the touchdown pass. That one deflects off the Shooting Eagles stick and gathers this one off of the wall. Swim around as Jackson Ganton hits that one. Nielsen flips it across center, but unable to get it into the stick of Yingling. They'll come back down the other way. Pattison, the recipient of the turnover. And with 8.5 left to go, still a 1-0 game right now. Kirkby still holds it there as they called him out on the far side. Pacieski watching him, sending him to the outside. Bell sending a screen, hopper shot in front. Nielsen turned away by Harris by the shoulder. Pacieski picks up the loose ball, and the Shooting Eagles head down the other way. Pacieski so elusive in transition. Had a couple of players there trying to shut him down. Hard to catch him, to knock the ball out of his stick. McIntosh one-on-one down the left side, going to pass it over. Quick shot on goal. Jackman able to get a piece of that with the pad. Didn't know where it was going to go off the rebound. Good pass there for Noakes as he levied the check there. Loose ball was picked up by Adamson after they crashed into the wall. Noakes going to head to the far side. As Adamson still with it here. Pass it over to Noakes. Lefty shooter spot. Curls back towards the point and pass across the zone. Walking in, Winter looking for something. Looking for a way to penetrate here. Gets around the man. On his forehand, goes to the back stick. Across, and Jackman throws the arm out and keeps that one away. Powerful move there for Winter, cutting off the wing. And just like that, we're into our first period officials timeout. First quarter, I should say. For them, 15 minutes apiece. So I want to bring up the box score of the Shooting Eagles last game because that was an incredible effort. 23-13 the final score. Mark Yingling, 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points in that one. Connor Watson for the Fish, 5 goals, 2 assists for 7 points. And Spencer Bromley, 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points as well. Bromley out of action today, and we'll take the chance to talk about the rest of the scratches as well. So for the Shooting Eagles, no Nick Musso, no Spencer Bromley, no Doug Porter, no Cole Catton, no Joey Lucchesi. On the other side, for the Sea Spray, they got a lot of people out of this one. No Brendan Szabo, no Adam Dixon, no Jared Milochi, no Marcus Claridge, no Tyler Ewan, Brandon Balowicz, Jordan Gabriel, and James Ray. That is a lot of potent offensive weapons out of the lineup this evening for the Sea Spray. So it's going to be interesting to see what the coaching staff and the team are able to do with the unit that they have at their disposal tonight. Now, that's not to say that any of these guys going out on the offensive unit tonight are any slouches in their own right. We've seen some good moves here. Tyler Kirkby back up and around. Spare's going to hit Ritchie on the near side corner. Bring it across. Kirkby holds it in his stick, cradles, and tries to get around Slade. Jump of the gun was Richmond, sending him to the outside. Good move there to contain him. Spare takes the shot, one hopper, handled by the upper chest of Harris. He'll look out in transition, into the stick. Richmond out to the front floor, goes to the left wing side, takes the quick shot, scores! Isaac Richmond, quick shot around the defender, eludes Jackman, and it's 2-0. My goodness, having a look at last night's box score even some more as we see the offense, the potency of the Shooting Eagles continue into this other game. Pachieski was in on it. Fitzpatrick was in on it. These players looking to keep the momentum going. What a length of the floor pass there for Brody Harris to start this one off. And then Isaac Richmond, not a whole lot of room, gets that shot just around the outside shoulder of Bat. In transition the other way, a rebound sent just wide as Harris out aggressively to handle it there. Ellis in the near side corner. He'll curl back towards the center line and headed off to Kirkby to start this one out. Far wing side for Phillips. Brings it around the screen, shoots wide of the far post. And Phillips, can he track this one down? 15 seconds left to go, able to keep it onside. Big crash there as a couple of players come together. Tyson Johnson, the face-off man for this Shooting Eagles squad, is going to get it to Yingling. 9-point night, as we just mentioned on Sunday. What's he going to do tonight to follow up that game? Tried to pick that one off, almost got it as Fitzpatrick sent it to the far corner. In below the goal line and behind the crease. Jackman looking over the shoulder, in front, behind the back, scores! What a pass, what a shot, and what a goal. I think that was McIntosh with the fancy footwork and the fancy stick, and yes, it indeed will be. They set up in behind the net, hit McIntosh cutting across the zone, and goes behind the back to make it 3-zip. Good angle of it here as McIntosh goes off of the screen and able to get that one in the opposite corner. What an effort there. He's got the Calgary Roughnecks helmet on, flexing that NLL experience on this Shooting Eagles squad. 5:50 left to go here. Sandwiched off against the boards, and backing in was the call there as they stepped inside of the crease. So Shooting Eagles will get another possession here. Noakes gives it to Winters to start it out. Winter loads up. Never mind, they kept it with Noakes. Fake ball play even got me there for a second. In front, Digby unable to scoop that one on goal. Picked up by Ritchie, making a defensive appearance as well too. Coming out to the near side corner. Looking up into the front floor. Got a couple of seconds to get it across. They do, going up the middle. Bat gives it across. Kirkby walking in for this one. In front of the net, Keegan Bell outside of the crease, and tries to dunk that one over Harris, but he stands tall. Keegan Bell, very potent early this season on the offensive side of things. Also making lots of appearances on the defensive side tonight so far, especially for the penalty killing duties. As Pattison mixing it up, cutting it off the wing, in front, score! Pattison still mixing it up on the far side, but the Shooting Eagles going to make it 4-0. Dylan McIntosh, that's going to be his second of the night. First, he showcased the quick stick, then he uses the fancy footwork to get around the near side. As McIntosh takes the man on one-on-one, shoots it low. Runs into the check of Ishikawa in front of the net. And he'll send that one down. 5 minutes left to go in the first. Johnson able to scoop up the loose ball. Throw it forward to Pacieski. Pacieski falls down off of the check. Still has it in his stick, though. Good hold of the possession, but this one's going to go for over and back. As he threw that one out the other way, over and back called, and possession going to be brought in for the Sea Spray. Gordy Phillips lets that one go. The referee will settle it in. Ritchie got the purple stick and the yellow helmet. Cross to the far side. Keegan Bell, he loves that spot, brings it over to Ritchie. Whips it across. Kirkby lets it go, and Harris holds onto that one. Harris strike up the middle to Nielsen. He'll bring it across and wait. Pass it off to Yingling. Noakes going to set up on the far side. Winter, Adamson, and Digby going to join. Winter cutting towards the front of the net. Yingling lets that one go. Knocked down in front was Winters, looking for something in the crease. They'll say that one tipped off, so possession's going to be for Digby at center. Goes to Noakes down the right wing. Noakes, stutter steps in, takes the shot off the screen and scores! Shooting Eagles off to a hot start in this one. Adam Noakes gets around the screen and finds some pay dirt. The former, or current still, Coquitlam Adnak adding to the total right now for the Shooting Eagles. Noakes gets the screen from Digby. A little bit of daylight is all the room he needed. Goes over the right shoulder, and it's 5-0 for the Eagles. They've been on an offensive tear over the last couple of games, leading the league now in goals. Loose ball comes free, picked up by Johnson and sent over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick cradles, fake, spins to his forehand, gets it to McIntosh. McIntosh with a couple of goals already in this game. Gets around the first man, tries to high step around the second and push to the outside. Whip it across, cutting off the screen, couldn't get it in the stick. Loose ball picked up, shoved into the bench. Fitzpatrick stays up, 1 second left to go, and that one going to be in on goal. But the shot clock expired before he got the shot away. So coming down the other way, Sea Spray almost give that one away. Ben Spare into the front floor. Ritchie mixing up with a couple of screens. Kirkby has Bell with him on the far side, coming up top. Ryan Hurd in and out of the stick over to Bell in his favorite spot. Can he open it up for a big laser from the far side? Bell uses the body, shielding Richmond. A couple of players come together. Delayed penalty going to be called here. I believe it's going to go against the Eagles. It will, as Hurd gets possession. Tries to throw it on goal. And a delayed penalty going to be called here. Check from behind on the Shooting Eagles. So a chance here on the power play. So Kotenoff's going to go away. Sea Spray down by 5. An opportunity here to earn one back of the power play. They got 2 minutes of extra man time to work it. Kirkby's going to start at center. It's going to be Nielsen, Ganton, Slade, and Fitzgerald to defend for the Shooting Eagles. Keegan Bell going to set up in his favorite spot, the righty shooter area over on the far side of the floor. Kirkby behind the back pass. Bell, his favorite spot, and Harris turns him aside. Harris has scouted that one. You know that's for a fact. Nielsen has a man cutting down the middle. It's Noakes. Can't get the pass across. It's picked off. Good play on defense for the Sea Spray. Penalty kill opportunity going the other way, but Eli Batt with a quick stick to pick that one off of the defensive side. Vinny Ritchie over on the near side wing. Same defensive unit again for the Shooting Eagles. Right up top. Low pass. Ritchie gets the screen from Hurd, and that one turned away by Slade. So that one, it was actually touched by Harris, it looked like, off of the save, but they're going to call this one in for the Shooting Eagles. Yingling gets this one in the front floor as a result. 21 seconds left to go, 1:06 left to go on Kotenoff's penalty. Winters, left point. Challenges in on this one, just going to hold patiently. Stutter steps, goes to the right, pass it back across. Yingling holds low, has a couple of men on him. They're going to try and be pushed down, still holds, 3 seconds left to go. Ellis trying to knock it off of him. He'll get the ball loose, but shot clock violation. And the Sea Spray already with it, so they'll hold possession. Connor Stroop pass this one off to Tyler Kirkby. 37 seconds left to go on the power play. Keegan Bell and Lucas Nielsen, the righties over on the far side. Kirkby, the quarterback, right at the center. Ritchie over, quick stick. Oh, I thought that was going to be a save of the year candidate right there. The referee calls it across the line. Brody Harris threw the stick out and he's even looking up at the broadcast booth right now and shaking his head. He knows. Harris throws the stick in behind him and just about able to bring that one back to life as it was dead to rights for the back of the net. Referee right in position, calls it a good goal. We'll see on the replay here. They'll throw it in for the quick stick at the far side. Next pass here coming up as Ritchie walks in, throws it across. Oh, I think that one does sneak across the line. A valiant effort by Brody Harris. As another big save there for Harris. But what a valiant effort. That one, a game of inches to try and bring that one back across the line. McIntosh down the wing side. Curls back around, back five aside as Kotenov was back in. Bring it over. And they'll pass it across. So Lucas Nielsen getting credit for that one with a quick stick off of the far side as announced by Fred Ranner. 46 seconds left to go here. 4-goal game. Last minute in the first 15. As they'll bring it across, Jackman wondering if they're going to try and bring him to the bench. Kirkby over to Ritchie, lets it go wide right. They tried for the reset. 15 seconds left to go. Can they get the reset? Long shot. Can they get it in the stick? No. Picked off by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald throws it up to Wade as Kevin Wade brings it across the timeline. Shooting Eagles don't call a timeout here. They've already got the wiggle room to work with a 5-1 score right now. Winter brings it over. Yingling thinking about it, has Adamson with him. 5 seconds left to go. They're going to hold and go for the shot here. Long ball off the shoulder. Loose ball picked up. Tried to scoop it out. As Phillips throws this one the length of the floor, it'll bounce off of the end wall and find itself a home out of play over by some of the bleachers. And we come to the end of the first quarter with a score of 5-1. So we have a chance to bring up our box score here for the game and look at the shots on goal and recap the scoring for the first 15. What an effort it's been so far. 14 shots for the Shooting Eagles, 13 for the Sea Spray. But the Shooting Eagles definitely capitalizing on the opportunities. They're up by 1 in the shot department and up by 4 in the score. Fitzpatrick, Richmond, McIntosh twice, and then Adam Noakes to score. As we'll see it on the replay here again, this is the quick stick near the end of the period. We're going to get a slow-mo replay of it here. Shout-outs to Carson in the back. Gets it over to Nielsen. In and out of the stick. Oh, that is so close. You know what? I think that one stayed out. We got a second. Are we able to see that one more time quickly here? Oh, the rewind. Here we go. This one into the stick of Harris. Oh, I think it does cross the line. It's so tight because when it first hits the stick, the top of his stick ripples the net, and you can see it. It goes into the top half of his stick, and you can see it. I think it does cross the line fully, just barely. It's so tough, though, with the way the net bows down there. It looks like his stick is what ripples it. But Brody Harris, so close to a Save of the Year candidate. But again, you can't fault him for the effort. As again, he knew he was looking up at the broadcast booth, just looking, shaking his head, seeing if we got the replay quick. But we'll have to send him that one after the game and see what he thinks of it. Yes, Lucas Nielsen, as we saw there on the replay, he'll get the power play marker to bring it back within 4. Currently sitting at a 5-1 score after 15 minutes here at the LEC Fieldhouse. Vinny Ritchie and Tyler Kirkby getting the assists on that one. As 5-1, your score. Having a look at the leaders in goals against average. Lee Jackman sitting at an 11.97 coming into this game. As we bring up the rest of the stats page, seeing if we can find Mr. Brody Harris. Lee Jackman also currently a .767 shooting percentage, or save percentage, I should say, partway through this season. Let's see if on the preview if they give us Brody Harris's stats. Usually they do. Not listed there as the goaltender, so unfortunately, if you look at team stats. There it is, Brody Harris. Doesn't list the rest of his stats. So some of them have disappeared off of the website. We'll get that corrected as soon as we possibly can, as we'll be sure to let you know some of Brody Harris's stats throughout the season, as we love to give credit for the players for what they've done. But I assure you, Brody Harris, one of the top caliber goaltending talents that we have in this league. Lee Jackman, no slouch himself. He's had some big games down this midseason stretch. Ritchie round the outside, 7 seconds to work with. Tries to bring it inside the scoop pass. Hurd getting the shot away after he pivoted around a couple of checks. And Harris going to throw a strike. Touchdown almost recepted. Pacieski off the one. Hopper off the crossbar. And he's going to draw a penalty on that one there. As the check from behind going to be called on the sea spray. Pacieski took the pass from Harris. One hopper into his stick. And used the momentum of the push to launch into the crease and get the shot, ring it off of the crossbar. Jackman shaking the head there. You know he's going to want to fight back after that first quarter. And we know he's got it in him. We've seen him do it on multiple occasions. So Eli Batt's going to go away for a couple of minutes, and the Shooting Eagles going to have a chance to get another marker here with the extra man. Winter. McIntosh setting a screen, good defensive stick check to send that one over top of the net. Noakes gets it back towards the point, bringing it towards the center. Cradles pass across, looking for the quick stick with Lacroix at the near side, and sent away by Phillips. Whip it across, quick one for Lacroix, and Jackman there. Noakes uses the stick to get the loose ball into the corner. Double sandwich here as Lacroix still holding it. Scoop pass over to Winter, 25 seconds to work with. Yingling gets the pass, quick shot, better save as Lacroix tried it from the near side. A delayed penalty going to come there, and Lacroix tries to get the shot away. Stroop there to block it. As Noakes, that's a creative way to get the call quickly. As Yingling looking over at Noakes like, what are you doing? Just try and get the shot on goal. As Noakes just turned, threw it off of the wall just outside of the confines of the arena, and then brought it back in. But because play stops, so Noakes actually, I think, is going to get a delay of game call for this. So Noakes' plan backfires. He threw it off of the wall over top of the glass and caught it back in his stick to stop play and trigger the call. So we're going to see it here. There's the replay of Dylan Lacroix getting the pass up high, but I wonder if we'll see Noakes' play just after the replay, but that's all right. That was funny. Noakes, his plan backfires, and he'll end up in the box for a couple minutes here. So coincidentals as a result of that. So we're going to play 4-on-3. And actually, it's going to stay 4-on-4. So yes, correction. They are going to play 4-on-4 because the holding penalty and the delay of game are going to coincide. So a minute 10 left to go on the initial penalty to Eli Batt on the sea spray. So right now 5-on-4 still for the Shooting Eagles. Kirkby down the left wing. Has Bell with him on the two-man game off of the screen. Back over top to Ritchie. Ritchie brings it back towards the center. He's going to try and get around the man. Brings it out towards the wing. Righty shooter spot. Keegan Bell using the body. 5 seconds. Draws another man. Looking to shoot around the man. Stick knocked out of the hands. And that one's going to be tipped, so they'll give a fresh shot clock and possession again to the sea spray. Keegan Bell was wondering if there should have been a slash for taking the stick out of the hands. 42 seconds left to go in the power play. Fresh shot clock to work with here, so if the sea spray are smart, they can kill off a lot more time. Shooting Eagles going to run aggressive here. As they were looking for it on the far side, Ritchie brings it back over. He's going to take Wade for the ride down the wing. Stutter steps, gives him the Hakeem shimmy. Brings it back over. Deflection there for Wade as Keegan Bell tries to pick up the loose ball. 4 seconds left. Kirkby, can he get the long ball away? Just going to throw this one into the far corner. Excellent penalty killing for the sea spray there. 8 seconds left to go before Batt will join us back on the floor. 12:22 left to go here in the second 5-1 game in favor of the Shooting Eagles. Adamson trying to open up a lane, back 5 aside as again the coincidental still in the box. Trying to send him out of the zone. Adamson over to Yingling, setting a double screen inside with Winter. Brings it back to the forehand over top. Adamson, Fitzpatrick mixing it up with Connor Stroop. Illegal pick called there. As play called in, is Keegan Bell able to get that one away from Fitzpatrick. One hopper almost hits the referee in transition, but he'll expertly dodge out of that one. Kirkby down the left wing, pulls it back out to Nielsen, rolling into the middle. Elevator shot, turned aside. Harris scoops up the rebound, and he'll look up floor. Pacieski, who else? Turning on the afterburners in transition. Throw it across, in and out of the stick. And they knock this one loose. Good play there. As Cole Ishikawa able to knock that one away. He'll have to get this one across center in a hurry. Pass up the middle. Ishikawa gets this one into the stick and throws it into the middle as Richie starts out on the offense. 11:20 left to go. Bit of a short bench tonight for the Sea Spray. Not a lot of extra bodies to work with, so conservation of momentum and energy right here as Richie throws caution to the wind and heads right towards the net. Loose ball picked up. They stay outside. McKeegan tries to dump it in over top of the net. Unable to get the shot on goal. So the shot clock will expire and the Shooting Eagles will get this one. Great ingenuity there from McKeegan to try to get that one off of the back of Harris. Either have it trickle in or just get some sort of a reset. Under 11 to go. As Winter will start on the far side. Bat and Stroop over there alongside Austin Robinson. Curling off of the screen. Digby looking across into the middle. McIntosh was looking for the Hattie. Missed the near post. That one just bouncing out of play. The ball will be thrown into the official. New ball tossed in by the other official. And one of the referees. Low and play dead here. Lee Jackman asking the official how come they didn't stop the clock on that play there. So a couple extra seconds ticking off. Nothing escapes the sight of Lee Jackman. He watches all from his own crease. Off of the screen, players bump. Wicked shot from the left wing side, and Harris will gobble it up. Looking again for the touchdown over the top to Pacieski. Can he get it? 2 hops. No, as Jackman steals that one away. Pacieski and Bell come together. No harm done on the near side. 10:08 left to go. Trouble in the neutral zone. Loose ball. Who's going to come away with it? Sea Spray tiptoes on the line, and they're able to throw it back into offensive territory. Coming away with it, trying to get it with Spare. Slade bounces it over to Fitzgerald. Shot clock turned over, and Fitzgerald able to get it over with about 2 seconds to spare. 9:48 left to go. Declan Fitzpatrick throwing this one across to McIntosh. In the middle, Winter mixing that one up as he'll bring it to the outside. Yingling coming up to the center point. Give it over to Fitzpatrick. Long ball lineup. Tries the strike inside. Bell knocking it away. Here comes Yingling. Nice move down inside. Stick save between the legs for Lee Jackman. Keegan Bell looking forward right now. 9:20 left to go. Sea Spray have the 4-goal hole to climb out of. But I've seen them come from behind more than a few times. Richie down the middle. That one finds itself a home up on the International Space Station as it went off the back of a defender and right into the rafters. However, it'll go right back to the Spray. Far wing side, trying to bring it back towards the middle. Up top, McKeegan. Off of the check of Fitzpatrick, gets it inside to Richie. Curling off of the screen, shot on goal. Harris down low on that one, and he'll hold on. Looking in transition again. You love Brody Harris's ability to facilitate from back in the crease. In down the middle, Winter gets out of the stick and scores. Garrett Winter right down Main Street restores the 5-goal lead. Make it 6-1 Shooting Eagles. Winter just found a gap in the defense and exploited it to perfection right down the middle as he continues on his path of scoring goals. Winter doing some damage last night as well. Quick shot with 3 defenders converging. Back on Sunday, Winter had 2 goals, and he'll pick one up tonight as well. 6-1 now, your score here in the second. Lee Jackman scooping that one up with all the grace that he can muster and getting it out to Stroop. Stroop, the captain for the Sea Spray, and leading by example on the defensive end this season. Nielsen going to start out with it in the offensive floor. The coincidentals that expired and those players are back to join us here. Shot on goal. Harris gets the better of it. Loose stick had exploded there, and here comes a potential 2-on-1. Sutter stepping in. Richmond throws it inside. Upstairs. Arm save there. Loose ball. Fought for and grabbed by Eli Batt. Good poise in front of the net for Eli Batt to grab that one and get it away from the stick of Richmond. We know Richmond's got the ability to score in tight. He was able to shoot around the shoulder of Eli Batt earlier in this game. Back out in transition, Shooting Eagles. The 2-game win streak at stake here. There's appearance there for Connor Davidson. Out the near side, Shooting Eagles, Adamson cutting through the middle. Mixing it up, Noakes on the near side. Brings it over, fakes it, he'll take the shot up high, gets a piece of it, was Jackman, and deflected it just wide. Loose ball picked up, fresh shot clock. Adamson, Lacroix mixing up in the middle. Noakes steps in, push to the outside. Players cutting through the middle. Good screen call-outs by the Sea Spray. McIntosh unable to handle that one. Robinson missed it. Noakes got it. McIntosh low shot wide left. That one will stay in as Phillips looking to come away with this one. Pacieski going to come off of the bench and touch that one, but it will be over and back. So Sea Spray possession when we come back from the officials' timeout. And my goodness, how quickly these quarters are going by. So far, here in this one, we have a look at the summary. 6-1 your score. Shots on goal partway done with quarter number 2. It's 6-5 in favor of the Shooting Eagles. So far 21-18 overall then in favor of the Shooting Eagles. Pardon me, 7-5 I should say. They just added one more in. So 22 for the Eagles and 18 for the Sea Spray. Garrett Winter getting in on the action. So the only player with a multi-goal effort so far tonight is Dylan McIntosh. Some of the assist men, though. Mark Yingling, Cole Pacieski, Brody Harris getting an assist on the Isaac Richmond goal earlier. Adamson, Fitzpatrick, Fitzgerald, Richie Kirkby. Harris actually with 2 assists tonight. Brody Harris doubling it up in the apples tonight. We'll have to see if he can continue getting more, and that's the sign of a goaltender starting things out from his own crease. Screen play set, left wing corner, trying to bring it back. Gets it out to the point, over to the far side. Richie gets around Ganton, pass it back out to Hurd. Hurd tries the cannon, that one misses just wide of the near side post. Back over into the middle, Richie in out of the stick. Hurd gonna try and track this one down. Fitzgerald gets a hold of it, and he'll head out of dodge the near side. Up to Richmond, offensive floor. Stutter stepping to stop in front of him. Cutting through the middle was Fitzpatrick. Across the zone, nice deflection by Gordy Phillips, and he'll pick up the loose ball as well. Gets around the defensive Digby, and Phillips, one of the alternate captains for the Sea Spray, putting in the work here. Richie will give it to Kirkby. The other thing I love about Kirkby, he's got the candy cane stick. He's got the cool colors there as he hits the man in the middle. Keegan Bell will score right up Main Street and bring it back within 4. Keegan Bell coming into this game. 47 points and 26 goals on the season. Make that number 27 as he continues to lead the ALL West. Spencer Bromley and Mark Yingling right behind him. 24 for Bromley and 20 for Yingling. As a nice move here, Tyler Kirkby, as we mentioned, that double-colored stick with the stripes all the way up. Nice pick-and-roll play in the top left corner was calling Keegan Bell's name. Players come together. Ball bounces out of play, so the offensive unit out for the Shooting Eagles. Adamson will start with it, and he'll give it to Noakes. 4-goal game with 6:02 remaining. Noakes thinks about it. He'll curl back over towards the point. Across, far side. Yingling surveys, has Adamson in the middle. Looking to set some back screens. Robinson's going to watch there. Adamson in behind the goal, looking into the middle. Couple of cutters, and Jackman making himself look big there as Ishikawa comes away with a rebound off of the Jackman save. Stroop in transition, trying to knock this one down in front. Shoots off the crossbar. No, it's in. One hopper gets past Harris and just tucks itself right underneath the crossbar. The second close one we've had tonight for Brody Harris, as that one gonna go to Tommy Robertson. Number 21 getting on the score sheet here as Stroop finds him over the top, and Robertson over to the far side sends this one, spikes it off of the ground, off of the crossbar and down across the goal line. No doubt about that one there. Robertson gets a good spin on the ball, and it treats him well as he brings the game within 3. Shooting Eagles now. Can they fend off this pressure that the Sea Spray have been developing? Phillips in the front floor. He'll hold. Passes it over. Ishikawa getting the assist on Robertson's goal. Nielsen at the left point. He'll think about it, pass it across to Kirkby, loads up, gets it to Nielsen, cutting inside and scores! Second goal of the game for Nielsen as he makes it a 2-goal game. What a pass by Kirkby. And Nielsen able to kind of find his way in behind the defense on the far side, or the near side I should say, and tucks that one in. to make it 6-4. Nielsen starts out the play. Thought about trying to go in on the near side, just gives it to Kirkby, and a good back screen play opens him up. Pacieski unable to recover after that one, and then Nielsen in and able to get that one to go. Transition effort here off the bar, it's loose in the crease. Can they cover it up? It stays out, as Ganton was that close to striking back for the Eagles. Can't turn your eyes off of the action for a second, or you're gonna miss something. 4.5 left to go. Nielsen, screen plays by Hurd in the middle, trying to bring it back to the center as they look to cut in. Ritchie scores! 1 goal game as Ritchie gets the long ball to go. Vinny Ritchie's been facilitating tonight. Manages to get in on the scoring act himself as the long ball will elude the goaltender there. And I believe, is this finally our officials' timeout? Or no, a timeout called by the Shooting Eagles. The coaching staff of the Shooting Eagles sensing a changing of the tide here. As that the 5th goal now for the Sea Spray, a 1-goal game after the Shooting Eagles building themselves a 5-0 lead at one point. Timeout called by the Shooting Eagles as they look to regroup here. Clichy, Harris, Slade, Fitzgerald, Johnson, Pacieski, the defense, which has looked so sharp tonight so far in the early stages, the Sea Spray. You looked at some of the offensive players that they had out of the lineup tonight. You see some of the big names like James Ray, Jordan Gabriel, Jared Malochi, Marcus Klarich. A lot of big names unable to compete tonight. But nonetheless, the Sea Spray have been finding offense. Now the Shooting Eagles still up by 1, but this is going to be a critical juncture here. Brody Harris going to stay in the crease for now, as will Jackman on the side of the Spray. 4:24 left to go. Welcome into the field house. Hope your Tuesday has treated you well. Happy to have you aboard and excited to bring you the rest of this game here. Pacieski picks this one up, brings it into the front floor. Nice check by Phillips to knock it out of the stick initially. Pacieski under assault here, able to knock it aside. Gets it over to Adamson, 18 seconds to work with. Ganton sets the screen. Adamson will pull it out as they get the change, and then Fitzpatrick will join in. Give it over to McIntosh, 2 goals in this one. Big spill on the far side, delayed penalty coming here as Bat gonna pick that one off nonchalantly in transition. The cross zone pass was coming, but he grabbed it and he's gonna head away to the box once again. Not the first time he's headed there tonight. As 2 minutes, he check from behind, gonna be the call here. I think that's about the 3rd time that call's been made tonight. Zach Jones, Tim Carlton, and Cam Como been really keying in on that one this evening. Noakes, Lacroix on the near side. Winter at the center, cutting through the middle. They fake the pass, they get it over to McIntosh. They tried to draw the ire with Yingling coming through the middle. Winters, dead center. Elevator shot, deflects off Ellis, good block there. They can pick it up, it's been tipped. So 10 seconds left to go, they'll throw it back up. Cutting in, Winter throws it back over. McIntosh has a lane, takes the shot, and Jackman turns it away. Fresh shot clock to work with here now. Minute 30 left to go in the power play. Quick pass up top. Noakes gives it over. McIntosh going to set up at the far side. A quick stick at the near gate, and Jackman turns it away. Winter curling back inside in front. Another arm save for Lee Jackman. Lacroix quick into his stick as it bounced back into play. Winters tries the elevator, and the elevator hits the wrong floor as that one goes over top of the net. Noakes, loose ball on the near side, 20 seconds to work with. Winter right back towards the middle. Bell shuts him down. Noakes shut down by Jackman. Picks up the loose ball, looks forward to Ellis. Is Ellis going to put on the afterburners and try and get this one? No, Pacieski will beat him to it. Quickly back into the offensive floor as he'll pick this one back up. That one for Connor Davidson. Noakes tries the fake play with Lacroix, goes across. They had the ire of the defense for a second. 2.5 left to go here. Waits into the middle. Winters tries to bust through. Noakes with 10 seconds left. He'll go over. Quick pass. Lacroix near side. One hopper scores. Another power play goal for the Shooting Eagles. They'll get a 2-goal lead restored here as Lacroix, the low left shot, finds the perfect geometry and bounces into the top right corner, just out of the reach of the shoulder of Lee Jackman. So Lacroix gets in on the act, as he'll send that one off of the floor and into the top corner. Second power play goal, or I should say first power play goal of this contest. The other power play goal marker going to the Sea Spray in this one. As the ball loose on the far side. Send this one back over. Picked up in their own zone as Robertson will send this one forward. Stroop across the timeline and into the stick of Kirkby. Tyler Kirkby, returning player for season 2 here in the ALL. Pass it across the zone, trying to bring it back towards the middle. Vinny Ritchie, one of the most recent goal scorers for the Sea Spray, into the middle. Nielsen for the Hattie. And that one is going to be called for going through the crease as he got the shot away. Tried to keep his toes out, but then grabbed it on the other side. So Wade's going to head to the bench for the change, as the rest of the cavalry will come on out to join in on the offensive fun. Declan Fitzpatrick guarding him on the near side was Caleb Olsen, getting some defensive time here. Stroop and bat on the far side. Fitzpatrick loads and fires, and challenging him was Olsen. This one, they're going to call for the over and back, says the official, so they'll just head back and guard this one into the far corner. Minute 15 left to go in the second quarter here on TFSE TV. Curling back up top, whips it across the zone. Kirkby down the left wing into the middle. Nielsen, quick backhand shot inside. Rebound, tries to dunk it in, and he'll step inside the crease. Harris stuck with him, but it won't matter as the referee waves it off. Pachieski now. Last minute of play in quarter number 2. Winter, far side, watched by Robinson. Adamson sets him a screen. The captain there to send him away. Whips it across, picked off by Eli Bat. Bat's going to take this one himself. They'll get a man out of the offensive gate. Ritchie coming on in, takes a shot himself, and Harris got a piece of that one. Loose ball, fought for, picked up. Sea Spray unable to handle that one. Here comes Isaac Richmond across the timeline. 30 seconds left to go. Can they get the reset and call a time potentially? Back across the zone, Lacroix, most recent scorer for the Eagles. Backing them in, tries the shot over top right into the stick of Phillips. They're not calling time here. They're just going to take it across the timeline. Never mind, they will call time here as they got it back into the offensive floor. So about 15 seconds left to go in the Sea Spray call timeout. Chance to draw up the play here. So far in the second, goal scorers, Garrett Winter for the Shooting Eagles, and then a 4-0 run for the Sea Spray to bring it back within one, and before Dylan Lacroix got one back for the Eagles. So Keegan Bell, Tommy Robertson, Lucas Nielsen, and Vinny Ritchie getting the goals for the Sea Spray, before Lacroix got one with the assist going to Yingling and Noakes. So far tonight, Noakes with a goal and an assist. Mark Yingling, couple of helpers so far this evening in his own right. 4 penalties to speak of in the second quarter. 3 for the Sea Spray. Shooting Eagles able to capitalize once as Dylan Lacroix's goal came with 2:22 left to go, and it was on the power play. .8 left to go. 7-5 your score. So Jackman's going to remain on the bench. Last possession of the first half here for the Sea Spray. Nielsen's going to start out with it at the top of the zone. Harris setting the posts, and he'll lock in. Nielsen going to bring it back towards the middle. 10 seconds. In the middle, thinking about looking for a lane. They're going to set up potentially in behind the nets. Far screen coming to the middle. Bell in and out of his stick as they tried the play there. Fitzgerald going to try the quick shot. And time will expire here on the second quarter. Going into halftime, your score in this one, 7-5 in favor of the Shooting Eagles, as it was looking like their lead was going to continue to crumble, but they get one back to make it 7-5, and still 2 quarters left to play here from the Fieldhouse. So we already mentioned the scoring summary. Shots on goal, though, for quarter number 2, 13 aside, so 28-26 overall between these two teams. Coaching staff for the Shooting Eagles: Adam Smith, the assistant coaches Kevin Reed and Terry Mosdell, and the Sea Spray, the head coach Russ Hurd with the assistants Blair Bradley, Troy Dixon, Brian Poole, and Matt Levesque. Or maybe Levesque, it just might be a typo. But regardless, the coaching staffs doing a very good job of keeping the teams under control here in the first half. Nothing too chippy so far on Tuesday night. But tonight, a very big night as far as lacrosse goes in the area. Gonna have the chance to bring up the Twitter. And we're gonna have a look at the various compensatory and territorial rounds. So the Western Lacrosse Association having their draft tonight here, hosted by the LEC as well. So some of the players that are playing in the game tonight, the rights for them to play in the WLA are actually being drafted as we speak tonight. So far, the first round, having a look at some of the players. The Burnaby Lakers picking up Mateo Tack and Nick Dos Santos. The Coquitlam Adanacs picking up Adam Noakes and Nick Musso. So Nick Musso not playing tonight for the Shooting Eagles. However, Adam Noakes currently playing tonight for the Shooting Eagles. I was going to say, I also had to wait for some of the players to go away because my voice carries. I might be able to hear what I say about the draft going on tonight. Don't want to distract them from the game at hand. Langley Thunder picking up Matt Abbott and Kyle Brunch. The Maple Ridge Berards picking up Drew Andre and Isaac Ingu. The Nanaimo Timbermen grabbing Justin Getty and Ryan Sheridan. And New Westminster Salmon Bellies, Noah Armitage and Ben Stewart. And the Victoria Shamrocks, Patrick Dodds and Casey Wilson. So following along with the WLA draft. So that was the 2023 graduating junior territorial protections, I should say, for some of the young players. And let's see. So that was the graduating junior player protections. Round 1, though, of the draft, already in the books, as I believe round 2 is gone as well. So round 1, the picks are in so far. The Lakers grabbing Jacob Dunbar first overall. Then second, the Victoria Shamrocks getting Arthur Miller. Nanaimo Timbermen going third for Evan Sauchi. Denton McDonald going fourth to Victoria. Griffin Hall fifth to Nanaimo. Caden Dowdy going sixth to Maple Ridge via Coquitlam. And then the Langley Thunder seventh, they get Nikhil Dandwar. And then having a look at the second round, round 2 in the books. The Berards getting Mitchell Sandberg. Victoria getting Owen Russell. The Adanacs getting Drew Kask, the member of the Blackfish here in the ALL. Aiden Danby going to the Lakers. Evan Pattison, also featured in this game here, playing with the Sea Spray, number 40. He's going to go to the Timbermen 12th. The Adanacs grabbing Dylan Robinson at 13th. Keegan Melanchuk going 14th to the Lakers. So some familiar names from the game at hand as well being drafted into the WLA. Very excited to see some of these players continuing along their journey in lacrosse. And again, big implications to the actual game in front of us as well too, as I'm sure a lot of the players are actually probably going to have their phones off. I'm not sure if anybody's going to be checking their phone in the locker room during halftime here and seeing where certain people have gone. But yeah, Evan Pattison, as far as looking at players from this game in front of us, Evan Pattison drafted to the Nanaimo Timbermen. So congratulations to Evan. So a chance now, continuing on with our intermission show, we'll have the chance to bring up some of our news articles here from around the ALL. So we had the chance to read the Week 4 recap for the ALL West Women's Division on Sunday. Now we've got the Week 5 and Week 6 recaps that we can go through. So this is from January 21st. third weekend of games. The first game between, or pardon me, this is, so on January 14th, oh, I see, there we go. So first game, the Hawks and the Flying Squirrels. Both teams, high intensity and determination. Hawks goaltender Julia Friesen with 34 saves in that one, and the Flying Squirrels tender Madison Casca and number 1 Dorothy Paul combined for 26. That was a 10-8 victory for the Flying Squirrels. Point scorers include, for the Hawks, Tiana Bikic, Bianca Santucci, Reagan McKenzie, Brianna Hollingshead, Ruby Charney, Riley McKenzie, and Kimiko Hall. For the Flying Squirrels, Maria Whitfield, Ashley Stewart, Finch Philbrook, Charlie Damon, Ava Regan, Megan Stewart, Samantha Taylor, Harlow Steele, Ashley Bull, Maisie Bruce, and Madison Kokoska. There we go. Second game of the day, the Turtles and the Deer. Julie Spooner for the Deer making 36 saves, and Riley Sadler and Rianne Holmes combining for 29 saves for the Turtles. The Turtles would beat the Deer 11-2. Point getters in that one for the Turtles, Gabby Jones, Laura Steenson, Taylor Hamilton, Morgan Shirley, Kayla Barteski, Beth Anderson, Haley Penner, Megan Kinna, McKenna Adrian, Amber Haley, Saskia Unger, I should say, and Riley Sadler. For the Team Deer, the point scorers were Mary McQueen getting the 2 goals in that game for them, and the assists going to Alex Patterson and the goaltender, Julie Spooner. Third game of the day, the Bats and the Bears. Annika McDonald and Ella Friesen combining for 26 saves for the Bats, and then Christine Renault with 20 saves for the Bears. That one going 13-4 to the Bats. For the Bats, the point scores, Devin Hartley, Naomi Walser, Megan Hartley, Rory Rothy, Taylor Merle, Maddie Nugent, Olivia Ungaro, Carly Robinson, Danita Stroop, Ella Friesen, and Adriana Santucci, all getting points there. And for the Bears, Nicole Pankey, Delaney Davidson, Kelsey Cooge, and Christine Renault. Next scheduled set of game days were Saturday, January 28th. And as soon as we get the recap for those as well, we'll be sure to bring them right to you. It's going to take a very quick break off of the mic just to have a chance to rest the vocal cords for a few seconds before we get underway with quarter number 3 here in the second half of the Fieldhouse. So enjoy the rest of the highlights, and we'll see you in just a few moments. With 1 minute left to go, welcome back into the LEC Fieldhouse, the home of the Arena Lacrosse League West Division. Here in our second season. An incredible first season was had here, and things roll right along as the ALL West continues to produce exciting competition and incredible players bent on making it to the next level. As we had mentioned just before the quick break, the WLA draft in full swing this evening, and another member of the Arena Lacrosse League West getting drafted into the WLA. The Langley Thunder select Ryan Hurd, 21st overall. Ryan Hurd wears number 9 for the Sea Spray, playing in this game tonight. So a couple of players from the Sea Spray getting drafted into the WLA tonight. Evan Pattison was going to the Timbermen, and then Ryan Hurd going to the Langley Thunder. Very excited to see how this is all turning down. Again, the Arena Lacrosse League, official partner of the NLL, and developing these players for their future professional aspirations as the NLL and the WLA continue to call upon these players. So here we go with the third quarter underway. Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of our fantastic broadcast crew for TFSE TV. Mariah and Patrick on the cameras, Fred Randard on the PA, and Carson in the back running the stream and the replays. Excited to have you aboard as we steamroll into the second half. Cutting off of the screen, trying to get the shot back towards the front of the net. Noakes looking to pick up the loose ball, and that one sent aside as the Sea Spray will pick this one up. 14-20 left to go here in the third. Ellis gets it back and forth with Ryan Hurd. Hurd here, the newest member of the Langley Thunder, shooting off of the screen, and that one will be turned aside as Ritchie tried to head into the crease to pick up the loose ball. Slade picks this one up in transition. Ryan Hurd trying to take this one away from him, as they'll give it to McIntosh. Dylan McIntosh wears number 19, got the Calgary Roughnecks helmet on as well, and he's got 2 goals in this one. Back out to Adamson. He'll send it over to Digby along the far side wall. Back to the McIntosh, hat trick. Blast that one over the high slot and call it a goal. 8-5 now in favor of the Shooting Eagles. Dylan McIntosh gets free off of the screen, all alone with prime real estate, and sends that one home for his third of the contest. Dylan McIntosh, no stranger to scoring goals. He's come up in big moments so far this season for the Shooting Eagles, as Digby just finds him in his wheelhouse and carries the momentum through into that one and into the back of the net. Procedure called here on the Shooting Eagles as the Sea Spray. No, pardon me, it will be the Shooting Eagles that get possession. Procedure called on the Sea Spray. Pachieski sends this one across. Lacroix gonna bring it down the far wing. Give it over to Adamson, left point area. 3-goal game now as the Shooting Eagles get right to work here in the third. Noakes around the outside. In and out of the stick as Adamson couldn't handle the pass across. 10 seconds to go, picks the loose ball. Can he try and tuck this one in? Good check there. Spins and tries to tuck it in. That one comes out the near side. What an explosive move there for the captain, as they'll bring this one forward. Waits, pass it across, in and out of the stick, and Nielsen, big check there as Richmond dumps him. Tried to get him back across the zone, but Nielsen got it away in time. Connor Stroop getting an offensive chance. That one blocked partway through. Big check on Fitzgerald. As the big check in the corner there by Kotenoff. I wouldn't be surprised if Kotenoff ends up going away for his transgression there. As Spare putting him in the headlock here. Are we gonna get the fight? They will. Mitts dropped as they go down to the floor, and they'll bring it back up. Kotenoff and Spare throwing haymakers at each other in behind the crease. Spare pushing him into the wall as Kotenoff teeing off now, getting better position here. Spare fighting back, a spirited tilt here at the Fieldhouse. Spare getting some haymakers in as they pull the jersey over the head, and I think this one's finally going to go to its conclusion. Spare and Kotenoff, bit of a chuckle back and forth there as they let off some steam and a big tilt there. What a way to get the third going here at the LEC. The players are fired up, the fans are fired up, and a good show of sportsmanship for Kotenoff and Spare as they get the fist bump there on the way to the box. So they'll be in there for an extended sit, but well deserved after that was a big fight there, and you can see Spare actually bleeding there from his left cheek. He's got a couple of shiners to sport from that tilt. Throw that one into the highlight reel. What a brouhaha at the Fieldhouse. 12:55 left to go. There was an initial penalty called before that play happened, and then Kotenoff ended up hitting Ritchie into the boards, which drew the ire of Spare, so the two players ended up teeing off and dropping the gloves. They continue to have a friendly conversation in the penalty box. You love to see it. They were at each other's throats, then they dropped the mitts, and now they're chuckling with each other in the penalty box. That's just lacrosse. As they'll have a look there, and I believe that Spare is going to get let out of the box to seek attention with the trainer there out the near side. So Stroop is actually going to get a 5-minute major for his hit on Fitzgerald. As we see on the replay here, I just looked over my shoulder. A very spirited tilt between these two sides. Spare and Kotenoff getting some big shots in. We saw the war wound that Spare had to bear from that match there. Wasn't sure if it was going to end off the beginning as they both kind of went to the floor, but then the referees let him get back up and get square. 5 minutes for high sticking. As Fred Rannard relays it to me, the call against Stroop as he hit Fitzgerald up high. So a major here for the Shooting Eagles to counter with. Picked off in front of the goal as the Sea Spray looked to come down the other way. Keegan Bell sends that one over to Harris, tried to cover it up, was loose on the other side of him, lost track of it, but good play there as the defense able to pick it up. Ellis trying to pick that one up in transition, as looks like they're going to get the 8-second backcourt violation, as it looked like the shot clock prematurely reset, but the referee counting it out himself on the near side corner. 4:20 left to go on Stroop's major, so 2 goals can be scored here, as per the rules of the major here that the ALL abides by. They can get 2 goals on it, and we'll see if they can manufacture it here. If they do, it would put them back up by 5. Sea Spray with something to say about it here, as Ritchie going to get around Ganton, bring it back towards the center, and he'll just float that one into the near side corner. Fitzgerald picking it up, play blown back in. Mark Yingling going to get it now down the near side wing. McIntosh, the other righty, with him as well over there, as Winter going to quarterback at the center. Back over to Noakes. He'll be over on the far side. Winter brings it low, gets back to the forestick, pass it over to Noakes, back into the middle, unable to get it there as it comes off the near side wall. Loose ball picked up, back into the middle, defensive stick check knocks it away. Spinning off of the check there, Lacroix lets it go. Jackman will hold on. Strike up the middle into the stick of Gordy Phillips. In on goal, Phillips sent aside by Harris. Brody Harris with a big shorthanded save there, or I should say a save against the shorthanded effort, as that one going to be the loose ball push as Yingling took down Ellis in the back floor in behind the play. 11:02 left to go here. More time to kill off the clock for the Sea Spray as they get the full 30. Nielsen coming off the bench. He's going to take a burst of speed in on goal. Go out to the wing. Kirkby, Richmond out to guard him. Pushes him down, gets back up. Kirkby, Richmond all over him like a wet blanket. Gets away with him off of the screen split. Fitzgerald to the near side. Ritchie watching there. Cal Sladen, Ganton all over him. Gets around to the outside 1 second. He'll get the long shot in on Harris, but nobody around to pick up the loose ball. 10:30 left to go. Loose piece of stick there that was sent aside. Players on the bench. We see Reed Watson actually trying to reach out with his stick like a fishing rod to try and pick it up, but unable to get it there. We'll see who will grab it eventually. Adamson right back at the center. Quick pass there, had to be careful. Fitzpatrick back over to Adamson. Loads, goes low. Is he going to take a shot around? He will. Elevator off of the bar and goes wide right. Noakes picks it up. Fresh shot clock to work with. 2:07 on the major left to go. Heavy shot. Gets through. Scores. Cody Adamson had a wicked elevator shot that hit the bar and tries again on the next attempt, and he'll get himself a power play goal. It's a 4-goal lead for the Shooting Eagles, 9-5. Just under 10 to go. 2:04 left to go in the major, so they can get one more here. Noakes will pass it over to Adamson, and again, this is the initial shot. Pardon me, that is the second one. Just shoots over top of Winter and picks the spot in between the arm and the breadbasket on the short side of Lee Jackman. So ball's going to come to the near side corner. Referee picks it up, and they're actually going to say pass it into Kirkby there in the near side corner. Play blown in again, and 30 seconds to work with here for the penalty killers of the Sea Spray. Can they minimize the damage right now? As Ritchie absorbs the check from Nielsen. He'll bring him out to the far side. Referee high stepping out of the action there. Cutting around to the near side. Ritchie, can he get himself a bit of a lane? Shows pass. Knocked out of his stick, though. Trying to pick up the loose ball. Cal Slade takes him out of the way. Nielsen in transition to let Pacieski. Here come the afterburners. Right in on goal. Leaping, and that one turned aside. Wow. Pacieski goes airborne to try and bait out Jackman and get that one over top. Back down into the offensive territory. Kirkby trying the shot through the middle. Harris swallows it up. Brody Harris sends this one up the middle. The one hopper. Shooting Eagles end up converging on it finally. Wasn't sure if they were going to find it in time. They still got 1:05 left to go of major power play time. Winter gets it at the shooter spot. Back into the center. Yingling, usually at the gate. He'll be back up at the top this time. Takes the shot. Jackman turns it away. He'll have the loose ball in his equipment. Wasn't sure where it was. He'll pick it up this time and get it forward to Robertson. Tommy Robertson across the timeline and into offensive territory. Seaspray looking to send this one over. Bring it down the outside. Kirkby getting the screenplay with Keegan Bell. Haven't seen too much of Bell on the penalty kill here. They've been saving him for when they get out the other side of this. 30 seconds left to go on the major. 5 on the shot clock. Nielsen down the near side. In the middle! And Slade and Bell gonna come away with the penalty here. And a terrible time to take it as the Seaspray actually, through their play, were able to get an opportunity right on the front porch. And Bell is going to get the penalty on the far side, arguing his case to the official. It's going to be a cross check. So 5-on-3 for 25 seconds as Stroop still in the box for the major, and Keegan Bell joins him there. As head coach Russ Hurd looking on. Not going to be happy with that one. 5-on-3, they'll leave Ganton at the middle, so they play 4-on-3 closer to the goal. Across, Noakes back over. McIntosh looking for the back gate play there. Noakes gets the rebound, has a bit of a lane, shoots low. 5-hole stop by Jackman, picked up by the Seaspray. Think about throwing it the length of the floor. They will. This one into the skies and down as Ellis picks this one up off of the wall, trying to get the loose ball. McIntosh cuts him off of the pass. Ganton, can he pick up the loose ball? He will. Spins off there as they'll pass it over there. Play blown in as they'll go down the near side wing. Looking across, waits. McIntosh gonna get this one. Takes the shot and just missed the top left corner. Wasn't a whole lot of it missed, just barely. Down the near side, waits, inside, shoots just wide of the near side post. Jackman threw the stick out just in case. 5 seconds left of the shot clock. Low roller in behind Jackman, and he'll cover up. Stroop is out of the box, so it's 5-on-4 right now. 1:05 left to go as we get a quick reprieve with the officials' timeout. Man, if somebody ever tries to tell you that lacrosse isn't one of the most exciting sports on this planet Earth, watch the first half of this third and try and convince me it's not. Lots of exciting stuff happening in the lacrosse world tonight. As we had mentioned earlier, the WLA draft continuing to go on. As the 4th round complete now. Trevor Funk, Butch LaRue, Kip Guthrie, Isaac Swan, Andrew Bishop, Ryan Suzukovich, and Connor Nichols all getting drafted. I believe Connor Nichols, if I'm not mistaken, he's a member of the Blackfish this season. I know I've seen him in the ALL so far. He'll go to the Langley Thunder, 28th overall. So congratulations. Oh, and round 5 going on right now. The Burnaby Lakers. Oh, it is Connor Nichols, number 31, the goaltender, backing up Brody Harris tonight. I was looking at the wrong side. There we go. Thank you, Fred Ranner, to pointing that one out. And a congratulations to Ben Spare. Ben Spare being drafted by the Burnaby Lakers. Ben Spare was just in that spirited tilt earlier here in the 3rd against Adam Kotenoff. Ended up with a shiner as a result of the efforts. He got patched up, and he's been drafted to the Lakers. So 3 players playing in this game. 3 of them from the Sea Spray. Actually, 4 players featured in this game. 3 from the Sea Spray and 1 for the Shooting Eagles getting drafted into the WLA tonight. That's what it's all about, folks. Excited to see that continue happening. Winter around the outside. They still got 30 seconds to work with in the power play. Winter gives it over. McIntosh curling, shooting. Jackman scoops that one up into the stick, and he'll survey and dish out. Hurd looking to get this one forward. Nice, quick, short little pocket pass to Phillips. Gordy Phillips, near side, looking for somebody to pass to. Will fake the pass and spin off of Ganton. Still trying to get off of the check. He'll go to the other side. 6:18 left to go. Out of the box is Keegan Bell. Back 5 aside. Phillips heads for the change. What a wicked shot by Bell. Just missed the outside post. That one running into the far side video board for the upcoming high school BC Provincial Championships for basketball. That one landing inside the bench, and it'll go back into play for the Shooting Eagles. Adamson, near side. Yingling humping through with a screen. Delayed penalty called here as Harris will head to the bench. Fitzpatrick spinning off of the screen. Dumps off for Adamson. Extra attacker is McIntosh. They'll hit him as the trailer. Whip it over. Far side. Curling off of the screen. Low shot gets through to Jackman, and he'll scoop it up. And this one going to be a penalty against the Sea Spray once again. They've had an issue with staying out of the box, and that parade to the sin bin will continue here. So Kotenoff and Spare out of the box as well. They served their 5-minute majors for fighting. And back into the box will be number 12, Caleb Olson. Another power play here for the Shooting Eagles as they're up by 4. Noakes sends it across. Back over. Noakes gonna wait, load up, pass it over. He'll bring it over. Trying to scoop that one up, unable to go. As they'll come to the near side. Strike down the middle. Here comes Keegan Bell in transition. In on goal. What a stop by Harris! Keegan Bell led the league in transition goals last season, if I do remember correctly. He also had a high number of shorthanders. And Harris sends him packing. Winter gives it over to Adamson. Fake ball play as he holds it in the stick, gives it over to Noakes in front, behind the back. Nice little chip play. Tried to scoop in tight, but Jackman holds the near post. Eli Batt, he'll get the one hopper. Calling out the play here with 1:06 left to go on the penalty to Caleb Olson. Nielsen in, jousting there with Connor Davidson. Davidson switches off of him. You'll have McKeegan in the middle. Nielsen coming down the far wing, has the ball in his stick, tries to go low on Harris, gets the shot clock reset, but the loose ball goes to Fitzgerald. Ritchie zoned off by Slade, and the Shooting Eagles down the other way up the middle. Pachieski, he'll head off on the change. He's been using that foot speed to his advantage all night long. Back across the middle, waits, goes back up to Adamson. Loads up, pass across, waits into the middle. That one's sent back. Under 10 to go on the shot clock. Adamson loads, passes off, back and forth. Behind the back pass. McIntosh upstairs, score it. Mama, you better move those cookies. Dylan McIntosh, top shelf for his 4th of the game. 10-5 now for the Shooting Eagles as their hot goal scoring continues. They had 23 on Sunday, and they've got 10 today so far. Deflection ends up going to McIntosh as Adamson fakes. Nice cradle. They'll get it back across after the behind-the-back pass, and no mistake is that one labeled for the upstairs by McIntosh. Ganton holds it in the center. 3:40 left to go. Absorbs the check on the wall, cutting through the middle. Winter looked off. He'll set up in behind the goal. Robinson will stick with him. Bringing it out of the far side into the middle. Digby, pass across. Adamson, guarded closely, spins off a Stroop's check. Shot clock expires, and he'll just drop the ball there. Going to stay right with him, though, as he tries to swim through the middle. Passes it across, and they'll have to get it across over the line. Couple of seconds left. They'll throw a strike into the opposite corner. Gordy Phillips was looking into the front floor for Kirkby. Couldn't quite get him there. Wade into the near side wing. Adamson stalking in. We've seen a couple of times the captains go up against each other. Stroop on defense and Adamson on offense. Fitzpatrick, the trailer, feeds it left wing side. Back into the shooter's position. The righties right now, Yingling and Adamson, tried to get it into the stick of Noakes. He was sent aside. A couple of players come together. Referee tell him to drop it. Loose ball picked up by the Sea Spray coaching staff. Yelling for the bench. Not happy with the lack of a call there. Bit of physicality between the two sides. Hurd and Noakes as they head off on the change. 2.5 left to go here in the third. Ritchie guarded by Wade. They'll send it over to the other side. Kirkby, Richmond trying to send it to the outside. Stick caught up in the midsection. Kirkby almost loses his helmet there as he gets it over to Spare. Back into this game. Gets it to Ritchie. Takes the shot upstairs. Just missed the top corner. As the shot clock blown dead. And the defenseman will just head off on the easy change and then picked up by Winter, who will head back off into the offensive zone. 5-goal lead for the Shooting Eagles right now. Still pressing, cutting down the middle. McIntosh just tried the quick in and out to the far corner. And Jackman just able to get there in time. Stroop right up the middle. On the far side, McKeegan going to set up with Ganton watching him. The 225s on each other right now. Near side, Ryan Hurd drafted into the WLA tonight. Over to the other side, Kirkby sees a lane, going to head towards the front, curl and spin around the other side. Delayed penalty coming here. Jackman coming to the bench. Ritchie round the outside. Over, nice deflection there and picked off by Pacieski as McKeegan was looking for the far side. Now Jackman going to head back to the crease. 2 minutes for holding going to be the call on Ganton. Chance here. The Sea Spray were up by 5 early on in this game before the Shooting Eagles brought it back with a 4-0 run. It was 6-1, then they made it 6-5. And the Sea Spray haven't scored since. It's been all Shooting Eagles in this third. Back and forth. Ritchie goes to try and 5-hole it. And Harris collapses on it to shut it down. Fitzgerald looking out in transition. Nielsen in down the left wing side. He'll think better of it as he also had Lacroix with him there. Lacroix is going to hang out on the far side. Noakes going to go over and join him. We'll have Adamson and Yingling, the righties, to complement the lefties. 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Last minute in the third. Adamson looking for a lane here. Watched like a hawk by Daryl Hunter. Just tried to get that one in on goal, but the shot clock will expire. Olsen grabs it here. 40 seconds to work with. About 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Or 19, I should say. As they'll head back up here. Across, Kirkby gives it over. Ritchie cutting inside, just missed the near side post. Harris got enough of it. Hurd spinning around and sending that one back up the middle. Shot clock is down. Full possession here. Power play time here for the Sea Spray. Kirkby unleashes one that just misses. Ritchie trying to get off the check of Nielsen as they'll bring it through. Pops out of the stick. As they got 10 seconds left to go. Kirkby to Nielsen. Can he dive across? Scores! Nielsen to complete the hat trick, a power play goal as he goes Superman across the crease and tucks that one in to cut the lead to 4. Nielsen has liked that side of the crease tonight. He says, you know what, let's try the other side. Launches from the far side to the near post and is able to tuck that one in. Harris with a valiant effort, throwing the stick and the glove out. Just unable to meet him there quick enough. 6.9 left to go. Procedure called. 5.6 remaining. Sea Spray going to take it right down the middle. Phillips, what a stop by Harris. Ganton picks up the loose ball and time will run down. As they wasted no theatrics in the third, Phillips tried to find one right in the dying seconds and Harris kicked out the pad. We come to the end of 3 quarters with a score of 10-6. We've got 15 minutes more to decide whose win streak will continue and whose will meet an untimely demise. So the Shooting Eagles, 12 shots in the third, Sea Spray with 11. So 40-37 overall in the game in favor of the Eagles. So far tonight, Lee Jackman, 30 saves. And Brody Harris tonight with 32 saves so far. Or pardon me, no, 31. 31 saves on 37 shots. Third quarter scoring summary. Shooting Eagles getting 3, 2 of them on the power play. McIntosh got the hat trick and then got his 4th. Cody Adamson with the one in between. And then the Sea Spray, Lucas Nielsen, his 3rd of the contest on the power play to bring it back to 10-6. We started out the third with the high sticking major to Connor Stroop that drew the ire of Ben Spare and Adam Kotenoff. They got the fighting majors. And Keegan Bell, the Sea Spray, getting a couple between Bell and Olsen before Jackson Ganton got the holding minor with 1:32 remaining. But the power play marker will bring us back to 5 aside here as we're poised for the final 15 at the LEC. Procedure called on the Sea Spray. Goaltenders switch ends once again. So I'm sure we'll get some theatrics here as we'll get the long changes. The offensive gate that much closer to the opposing goaltender. Fitzpatrick down the near side wing, cutting it on goal, off the bar. Stepped inside though as well, and that one's waved off. 14:43 left to go. Gordy Phillips gives it to Kirkby. 10-6 the score. Sea Spray looking to climb back in this one. Bell in and out of the stick. He'll curl off the play. Back over to Kirkby up top of the zone. He'll shadow to the right side of the floor, not something he usually does. He'll bring it back over to the left side as he's got the righty stick. Hurd spinning off, gets it back into Kirkby. Tries the wide shot, misses left. And the shot clock expires. Just about a minute gone by, 45 seconds to be exact. So just a hair short as Winter will pick this one out. And he'll start in the far corner with it. Back over to Yingling. Adamson setting up in the middle. Trying to post up inside, comes out for the screen, frees up Yingling, coming over to Lacroix. He had a bouncer from there earlier in the game, picked off by Aiden Ellis. Out in transition, and there's the delayed penalty coming up here. I think he's gonna get caught with a high stick as he tried to open the gate and swung it wide. 10-6 as they'll come out to the near side. Kirkby gonna give it back over to Bell right down the middle, lets it go and scores. Extra attacker goal for Keegan Bell as he'll blast one past Brody Harris. 3-goal game, 10-7. So it was gonna be a slash, but that one is waved off as the goal goes in with Jackman on the bench. Keegan Bell, I believe that's his 28th of the season. He'll score it with the extra attacker as Kirkby able to draw a whole lot of attention, and then Keegan Bell with just enough time and space sends that one right up the gut and gets the 7th goal of the game for the Sea Spray. Stroop out to guard Noakes. Digby and Fitzpatrick setting screens for each other on the near side. Adamson backing in, spinning off the check of Hunter. He'll whip it across. Digby misses the handle there as he'll try and scoop it up with 10 seconds to go. Check into the corner as Noakes tried the rusty gate. Shoutouts to Jake Foster for teaching me that lingo. Out the near side and back to the middle in transition. Tries low, and that one pinballs between the legs of Harris and comes out into the neutral area. Fitzgerald across the timeline. 24 seconds on the shot clock to work with. McIntosh off of the bench. Winter setting up in the middle. Couple of clashes of the stick there. McIntosh just gets the reset and picks up the loose ball. Ishikawa sending him around to the other side. Can't find position. Tried the pocket pass and it got away from Yingling. Robinson out to chase him. Over and back the call as the Sea Spray will pick this one up. Phillips into the offensive floor. Is he going to take it himself? He'll stutter step and bring it back outside. Left wing play with Nielsen. Back up top to Kirkby. Whips it over. 12:24 left to go. Off the far side, Ritchie can hit Nielsen again. He's got a Hattie in this one. Cutting inside, back around to the right point. Gets it back and forth. Kirkby swims over, spins around. 8 on the shot clock. Back over to Ritchie in front. Bell trying to bring it back. He'll get the shot clock reset. But the loose ball picked up by the shooting Eagles. Pacieski has a man cutting over the bench. In on goal, scores! Oh, captain, our captain, as Cody Adamson will slot that one in. Transition play as Pacieski put on the brakes and hit the shooting Eagles captain. As Adamson, his second of the contest. And it's back to a 4-goal lead, 11-7. Good heads-up play here for Pacieski to hit Adamson, who will just whip that one in inside of the near post. "12 minutes left to go." As Gordy Phillips mixing it up there with Ganton, pushes him down and tries to get it away from Fitzgerald. He'll throw it the length of the floor. They got a couple seconds left to get it across the timeline. They do. Nielsen into the middle, sends it over to Adamson coming off of the bench. Pardon me, it's Yingling on the far side. Digby and Noakes on the near side. McIntosh and Winter. McIntosh setting up inside. Bat sending him to the outside. Noakes near side wing across. Here comes Adamson again through the middle, and Jackman gets the better of him that time. Noakes crushes the man with a check there. Reverse as they try and pick this one up. Noakes mixing it up. Loose ball being fought for here in the corner. Still loose. Can they pick it up? Down on the ground there was Caleb Olsen. As the ball still loose. Noakes coming away with it now towards the front of the crease. Stick save. Bit of wizardry there for Lee Jackman. And the officials blowing that one down as Caleb Olsen, slow to get up on the near side after the play, ended up taking quite a few shots in the scrim on the near side corner. So again, I know the jersey says Lau, but it's actually Caleb Olsen tonight wearing the number 12 jersey. They're going to give him a chance to head on over towards the benches. Again, a lot of rough stuff on the near side. Caleb Olsen has the Langley Thunder helmet on. He's made some appearances, I believe, for the Thunder Junior A. So it's going to be 25 seconds on the shot clock. The referees had called time, and I believe the shooting Eagles are going to keep possession here out on the offensive or defensive side. So no, it will be the Sea Spray, sorry, that keep possession. Ritchie will start with this one. He'll whip it in. Nielsen in behind everybody, and Harris turns him aside. Nielsen just had an opportunity there in behind everybody, caught the defense flat-footed. Under 11 to go here. Nielsen around the outside, why not? Tucks it back towards McKeegan. Picks up the loose ball inside. Oh, unable to get that one in the stick was Spare. In and out. Ben Spare guarded in the far side, curling off with the check. Brings it back up towards. We'll see there, one of these shooting Eagles going to set up in the offensive territory. Harris with a save there. 10:31 left to go. 10:24. Adamson starting out on the near side. Gets it over to the far side to Winter. Yingling in front. Running into Robertson on the near side. Lacroix and Digby setting screens. Coming out from the middle as they send him away. Daryl Hunter, number 33 tonight. Cutting off. Yingling whips the pass to Lacroix. Tried the quick stick to the opposite corner. A bit far away from the goal. But Jackman still had the double clutch with the shoulder there. Hunter looking up the middle. He'll hit Robertson. Robertson feeds it over as Kirkby going to start out here. Whips the one into the middle, in and out of the stick. Big check there on the far side as a couple of players come together. They'll gather their wits on the far side as this one sent out to the offensive floor. Nielsen coming in for it. He and Ganton, I should say, actually. Ganton trying to come away with it. And Phillips has it in his stick, heading out towards the offensive zone. Screen play set for Phillips, cutting around the outside, tries to tuck it in. Just missed the near post. Would have been called going through the crease if Phillips picked up the loose ball. Shooting Eagles going to look out in transition. Pacieski never saw him coming as they'll pick up that one. Good play, heads up for Ishikawa. Back into Nielsen, left wing side. He'll wait. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Back up to the center. Kirkby looking to the right wing side. Couple of screens set as Ritchie whips it over. Fakes it up high. McKeegan curling around. Howitzer of a shot turned away by Harris. Lucas Nielsen trying to keep this one alive on the near side, and he will. Fresh shot clock to work with now. A couple of players coming together as Bat ran into the man in the middle. As the ball coming out of the near side corner, Kirkby with it in his stick, tries the cut and roll play with Bell. Score! Keegan Bell completing the hat trick as he brings his team back within 3. 11-8 now your score. Sea Spray not going into the sunset quietly. 3-game win streak coming into this game for the Sea Spray, and they don't want it to end here. As Kirkby starts out from his usual spot, righty shooter area, and a good pick and roll play sends Keegan Bell downhill towards the crease. Procedure. So the Sea Spray with possession here. They'll try it quick off of the bench. Ritchie has spare with him on the far side. He'll bring it back up towards the center. Nielsen, Kirkby, and mixing it up in the middle. Looks like Ryan Hurd in front of the net. Yes, it will be. Setting some screens coming off the wing side. Kirkby can't get the shot on goal. Player down and slow on the near side corner. Looks like it was Kirkby that got the worst of that check there. Cal Slade pushing Nielsen down, scooping up for the loose ball. They'll get it into the stick. And the fresh 30 coming up here. 8 minutes to go. Whip it across the zone. McIntosh challenging inside, upstairs to Lowe, and that one misses wide. Loose ball in and out of the stick. McIntosh took a bit of a spill. Slade going to come away with it there. Somebody's glove is gone as a loose mitt just laying near the attack line to the far side. Adamson holds it up top. Eli Bat watching him. McIntosh setting the screen. Low roller into the stick, into the top of the pad of Jackman. He'll look up the middle. Finds Eli Bat. Bat tried to cradle it. Almost lost it out of the stick. And he'll be lucky there as Fitzpatrick was looking to head down the other way. Cutting off of the wing side. Harris gobbles that one up. And that'll take us to our officials' timeout here in the 4th. This one's been frantic. And if you think you can predict the finish, I'm going to call you a liar. This game has had a little bit of everything. It's had scoring, it's had defense, it's had great saves, and it's even had some fisticuffs. So here so far, partway through the 4th, 6 shots for the Eagles, 9 for the Sea Spray. So even at 46 here through 3.5 quarters of play. 3-goal game. Top 2 teams in the league giving us an incredible game here partway through the season. We'll have another game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, as the Blackfish and Grizzlies will renew rivalries. As having a look here, the goal scorers so far, Keegan Bell with Dos himself here in the 4th, and Cody Adamson with a lone goal. The captains, oh captain, my captain. Him and Stroop have been mixing it up all game long. Both leading their teams by example. Stroop on the defensive end and Adamson chipping in on the offense. Speaking of Adamson, he'll start this one out and give it to Winter down the far side wing. Digby and Lacroix, the 2 lefties on the near side. 5-a-side right now with 7:08 left to go here in the 4th. Yingling in and out one side as Stroop sent him near side. Stroop going to square up with Yingling, trying to cut it through to the other side. Bounced off the stick of Adamson as this one comes free. There goes Austin Robinson, scooping up the loose ball. Has Ellis with him, hits him in transition. Ellis, good defensive check by Pacieski from behind to knock that one away. Ellis still holds it. He'll pass it over to the other side and earn himself a quick change there. 6:37 left to go. Jackman's going to look for the bench to see if they want him to start doing some jogging back and forth. 10 seconds of the shot clock. Kirkby gives it over into the stick of Ritchie. Under assault there. Hurd sets the screen across into the middle. They were looking for Nielsen and Bell as they had 2 men rolling to the front. Here goes Pacieski. Pacieski has the man. It's McIntosh in front. What a stop by Jackman. Jackman throws out the stick side and keeps that one away as McIntosh tried to cut it back to the far side. Daryl Hunter down the other way now. Hits Nielsen out of his stick. Harris picks this one up. 6:02 remaining. He'll look up and down in transition. Fitzgerald knocked out of his stick. Loose. And Johnson hits Fitzgerald. As the player is getting a little bit mixed up with the offensive change there. Almost too many men for the Shooting Eagles. Good check there by Stroop, getting it away from Yingling. Loose ball picked up by Ishikawa. He'll be pushed down and stripped there. Tries to tuck it in. Jackman driving across and meets him at the near post. Fitzpatrick with some highway robbery, and then Jackman returned the favor. Down in offensive territory now for the Sea Spray. Pops out of the stick. Ritchie picks it up, goes it over to Keegan Bell. Him and Kirkby will settle things down here. 5:20 left to go. Kirkby stutter steps, goes for the shot. It goes off of Harris and rattles out of play as Hurd mixing it up with Connor Davidson in front. Out to the near side. Kirkby with it. Bell sets the screen, goes to the pick and roll play inside once again. Bell diving, scoring! Keegan Bell, 4 goals in this one, as he brings it back within 2. Referees separating the players in front of the crease, as Bell able to pick himself up. And he's got 4 goals in this one. It's Keegan Bell saying, I don't got time for this. As he's got 4 in this one off of the pick and roll play. Coming into this game, Keegan Bell, 26 goals. He'll now have 30 on the season. Strong stretch of play as of late, as we'll see it there. Face-off picked up. Here come the Shooting Eagles down the other way. Last 5 minutes to play here in quarter number 4, a 2-goal game. Can the Sea Spray come all the way back? Adamson on the far side, cutting in the middle. Winter showing for pass. Adamson looks it off. Digby, near side point. Looking back over for Adamson. Winter to set a screen. Stroop trying to fight over at one hopper off the shoulder of Jackman. And whew, that one almost coming up to the broadcast booth to say hello. Noakes starts out with this one. Near side, Digby setting the screen, whip it across. Adamson, Winter mixing it up in the middle. Looks across from Digby. Noakes whips it through out to the other side. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Hunter watching in front. Winter scores! Winter pops free at the top of the crease. Waves the magic wand and slots that one home to restore the 3-goal lead. Winter getting back in the offensive score sheet here in the 4th. Just able to end up all alone in front, and Jackman tried to get the stick out on the other side. But such a slight margin for error for the goal scorers. And on both sides, they've been able to pick their spots with precision tonight. 4:19 left to go here. Out the other side, McIntosh looks to send this one back up to the middle. Can the Shooting Eagles find the dagger here? 4 minutes remaining in the 4th. Lacroix over to McIntosh, cutting to the middle, across to Noakes. Fitzpatrick mixing it up, tries to get it cutting down the middle. Ishikawa getting in between him and the net. 5 left on the shot clock as Olsen and McIntosh were jousting, but this one will come free. Shot clock winding down. Lee Jackman looking towards the bench, and they're going to send him there. Extra attacker play coming here. 3:40 left to go. Sea Spray with the extra man. Keegan Bell gives it over to Kirkby. They're going to call the illegal pick there. Jackman is going to run back towards the net with everything he's worth. He'll get there in the way just in time. As the Sea Spray back on defense now. Isaac Richmond in the middle. He'll give it to Adamson coming off of the bench. Noakes going to come out to join him. McIntosh was counting how many people were on the floor just in case. Digby and Stroop going to war in front of the net. Screen play set there. Try to cut him off to the near side. Noakes stutter steps around. Jackman shuts the door. This one looking the length of the floor into the stick of Robinson. There goes Jackman once again running to the bench. 3 minutes left to go. Jackman on the bench. Can the Sea Spray manufacture something here? Nielsen goes to Kirkby. Back at the point, Kirkby looking towards the middle. Keegan Bell diving across, scores! My goodness, 5 goals tonight for Keegan Bell, as he is willing his team back into this one. 12-10 now the score. It's a 2-goal game with 2:49 remaining. Keegan Bell, 31 goals on the season, as he continues on the warpath of offense here tonight. Kirkby's gonna find him, curling out from in behind the crease, and just dunks that one in, keeps the tippy toes out of the crease. Here comes Eli Batt down the other way, in on goal, scores! So nice, they did it twice in about less than 20 seconds. Off of the face-off draw, Eli Batt scoops that one off, goes the other way, and scores in transition. 1-goal game with 2:42 remaining. 12-11 your score. Eli Batt elated after that one. Face-off won by the Shooting Eagles, picked off. Gordy Phillips, can he tie the game? In on goal, scores! We have got a brand new lacrosse game. Even at a dozen. 3 goals in less than a minute as the Sea Spray comes storming back and tie this one up at the LEC Fieldhouse. Phillips gets this one in transition. What an effort for the Sea Spray, as we've got a brand new game. Do not turn your attention away from the monitor. And for all the fans here in attendance, we apologize if you paid for your whole seat, but you're only using the edge of it. Noakes, pirouette off of the play there, picks up the loose ball. 2:11 left to go here in the fourth. Who can break the deadlock? Who's gonna be the hero? Cutting in off of the bench, in and out of the stick is Winter, unable to hold that one. Here comes Robinson across the timeline. Fitzpatrick in hot pursuit. Robinson waiting for the cavalry. He'll be pushed into the wall and shake away from Fitzpatrick. Keegan Bell gets it across to Kirkby. Kirkby coming in off of the wing. Pick and roll play, why not? Harris gets the save. 1:38 left to go. Here they come down the other way. Adamson in transition. Pachieski stopped by Jackman. Lee Jackman keeping this one square at 12. Passes it out to Ishikawa the other way. He'll just hold it down at center and wait for the reinforcements. He gets it in the form of Kirkby, settling things down with 1:13. Kirkby down the left wing, sees a lane, takes the hopper, misses wide, and possession going to be called in after the bounce out of bounds for the Shooting Eagles. 1:08 left to go. Game of the year brewing here at the Fieldhouse. Last minute of play in the final 15. Buckle up, folks, here we go. Lacroix across to the near side to Digby. Back over, elevator off of the mask of Jackman. Gordy Phillips holds this one, throws it into the middle. Robertson tried to get it, but Stroop will get it into the stick. Fakes the pass across, he'll get across the timeline in time. Can they get the reset here? Pass it across, goes off of the bench. And timeout is gonna be called by the Sea Spray. So the Sea Spray gonna look to draw up a play here. Head coach Russ Hurd calling time with about 39 seconds, I want to believe, remaining on the clock. We'll see that when it comes back. But holy goodness, this fourth quarter has been something. Sea Spray with a 3-0 run. Keegan Bell, Eli Batt, and Gordy Phillips. 2:49, 2:42, and 2:33. We'll see the replays of those goals coming up here, as they were down by 3. And they've come all the way back to tie it at a dozen. Keegan Bell fired up there. And then a quick play here as Eli Batt off of the faceoff draw is going to take it himself down the left wing side. Gets it to the opposite corner. And then here's Gordy Phillips off of the other faceoff. Just goes top left cheese. So 37.1 on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. Jackman's going to be back in the crease. But Russ Hurd, he wants to end this one in regulation. He's drawn up the play. We'll see what the Sea Spray have in their bag of tricks here. Nielsen, he'll start out with it at center. Kirkby the lefty, Hurd, Ritchie, and Bell the other three. Over to Ritchie on the far side, 33 remaining. Probing in and coming back to the center. Over, Kirkby, 10 on the shot clock. They'll whip it across. Ritchie, can it get through? Oh, it's out the near side and they scoop it up. 20 seconds remaining. Can they get it across the zone and call time? Harris going to the bench for the extra attacker on the last play here. Extra man out on the floor. 12 seconds remaining. Can the Eagles get a play here? One hopper out of the reach of Phillips. Winter back over. Noakes, 7 seconds. Lacroix, 5 left to go. 3. Winter out of the stick. Gets it, cuts it through. Misses wide as the shot clock runs down. And time expires. Here on the 4th, this game is headed to overtime. What a final 15 minutes here from the LEC Fieldhouse. These two sides, the top two teams in the ALL West, coming into tonight, and they have showed us why in this contest. Sea Spray coming into this game with a 3-game streak. Shooting Eagles on a 2-game win streak. Neither side wants to see it come to an end, and they have gifted us this absolute treasure of a lacrosse game here from the Fieldhouse. At the end of 4 quarters of play, we are tied at a dozen. Shots also even at 53 aside. So 41 saves for Harris, 41 saves for Jackman, and none bigger than some of the ones down the stretch once this one was tied up. Lee Jackman and Brody Harris drawing a line in the sand in the last couple of minutes and sending us to overtime. 4th quarter scoring summary. Keegan Bell getting 4 goals in the 4th. So 5 in the game in total, as Cody Adamson and Garrett Winter getting goals for the Eagles the other way. But the big one, the 3-goal run from 2:49 to 2:33. 3 goals in 16 seconds. Keegan Bell, Eli Batt, and Gordy Phillips to tie this one up at a dozen. Big smile on the face of Gordy Phillips as the 22s will do battle in the face-off dot. Johnson and Phillips to start us out here in the extra frame. It's Harris versus Jackman. Shooting Eagles versus Sea Spray. Win streaks on the line. 15 minutes on the clock. And sudden death to send us home. Scramble play off of the draw. Phillips picks this one up. Injured player is Johnson down on the floor. Finally back into a vertical base, and he's going to head off on the change. Sea Spray unable to capitalize as they were also changing. Here comes Bell. Gonna try and end this one early. McKeegan fakes across. Ritchie unable to get that one in his stick. Pachieski trying to pick up the loose ball. He'll get it. Turn and burn down the other way. Pachieski pulls it across. Can't get it into the stick of Ganton. Loose ball picked up by the Sea Spray. 14:20 left to go. Eli Batt stutter stepping at center. He'll wait for the reinforcements. Offensive change complete as Ben Spare with it. Now down the near wing. Lucas Nielsen hat trick in this one down the far side. Hurd leaves it for Spare. Pops into his stick. Able to pick up the loose ball. Davidson back to cover on Hurd. Across. Nielsen stepped inside as he tried to pivot. So this one will be for the Shooting Eagles. Wade looks up floor. Davidson reaches up to grab that one and avoid them turning the ball over. Yingling and Adamson on the near side. Winter, the third righty to join them. He's going to head right up the middle. Lacroix and Fitzpatrick on the far side. Up to the near wing. Yingling with it in his stick. Adamson cutting through, pick and roll in front. Adamson turned away, but he steps inside. Adamson had the overtime winner the last time the Shooting Eagles went into the extra frame. Was looking to make it 2 for 2 there. Shooting Eagles now on defense. Seaspray looking to strike. Ritchie to the far wing. Kirkby, couple of screens, has Bell in front. Shut the door, Brody Harris. Down the other way. Shooting Eagles, can they end it? Game on his stick. Scores! Brody Harris shuts the door on this end, and Cole Pachieski kicks it open on the other. Elation for the Shooting Eagles as their win streak lives and improves to 3. Cole Pachieski, your overtime winner, as Brody Harris shuts the door in Keegan Bell's face on the near side. And then Cole Pachieski down the other way. 5-hole. Ices it for the Shooting Eagles. And the handshake line to send us home here from the field house. What a game. I would argue game of the year so far, ALL West or ALL East. Big game Brody coming up huge on that last play, shutting the door on the Seaspray and allowing Cole Pachieski to put the final brush strokes on this absolute work of art. 2 minutes into overtime, Cole Pachieski sends the Shooting Eagles fans home happy. Mind you, I can't imagine you being that disappointed on either side. What a game. The Seaspray battling back to tie it and send it into overtime in the final 3 minutes. This game had everything. It had overtime. It had goals. It had defense. It had saves of the year. It had a fight. It had everything. You'll love to see it here in the ALL West. So coming up very soon, we'll have our 3 stars of tonight's contest. You already got the scoring summary of the 4th. Give Brandon Fitzgerald the assist on Cole Pachieski's overtime winner. Final shots on goal, 54-53 in favor of the Shooting Eagles. Take nothing away from these goaltenders. They both played exceptionally tonight. And to all of the players that got drafted into the WLA tonight as well, a huge congratulations, as once the ALL season has closed the book on season number 2, there will be lots more lacrosse going on this summer as the WLA will head back into action with all